that's going to be a Taiwanese Protoss player, actually sponsored by Afreeca TV Taiwan, so very fitting. And then there's Armani, who's just back into the Code S, playing for Team Black Knight, I believe. Anyway, here we are. It's a best of 3. All matches in this qualifier are, except for the finals. And here we are, spawning up in the top. I had that right. Okay, there we go. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, it is Black Knight's Armani. He's been active on and off again, but it never really seemed like he was given a full run to that full-time sort of Korean pro gamer. And so that we never really knew if he was like upset that he didn't make it for Code S because we didn't see too much of him. But he just made it into Code S, which is very exciting for him. And his opponent spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map, a Protoss player I'm a very big fan of. It is nice. Playing for Afreeca TV Taiwan, look at that. Repping his team here, going for a gateway wall off on the low ground. Nothing out of the ordinary there. And I'll keep you guys updated as the game progresses on and as the bracket progresses on. For now, though, I am very excited to see how this match is going to go, because Nice is like a very good Taiwanese Protoss player. However, Armani gets to say that he is Code S material, so it's tough to say who's going to be able to take this. Both of them fantastic players. Keep in mind there is a loser's bracket for this tournament, so if you say your favorite player gets knocked down, they're not out of it just yet. So that is something that you can keep your eye on, keep your hopes on. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in today. We've got ourselves a Gateway Expand coming out tonight, so a very respectful opening to start things off. And then a hatchery on the way here. Just for Armani, it looks like he's going to be taking his 3rd base.
Game paused.
Looks like we are having a pause here. Nice hotkeys, okay. We'll jump out of that just for a second here while we get that sorted. We will get back into the game as soon as we can, though. Of course, we want the players to be playing in their best conditions. As it's no fun trying to play StarCraft with one hand tied behind your back, and with the wrong hotkeys, it might as well be that. Thanks so much to everyone who is tuning on in, though. This is a bit of a different event. Make sure to let your friends know that this tournament is ongoing, though. And we'll just let Nice get his hotkeys sorted. Okay, looks like the players are going to be ready to get back on into it. And we are off to the races once more. There's that GLHF going out there. These guys are playing for cash and a chance to win a lot more cash and OSC points. So this qualifier, it's if they can make a nice run in it, it'll show very well for them. Overlord gets on in for Armani, standard timing, Chrono boosting out the first Adept, as a Protoss player usually does, and then a very standard Stargate opening from Nice. Very, very common PvZ build here. We'll see if Nice is going to bring something out. Playing from the same region as Haas, you might pick up one or two weird things. Here we see that Adept shading away across the map, going to be doing its first round of scouting. Armani has sent out a few Zerglings here. This is something that I'm a big fan of for Zergs to do, because basically you can sometimes just get in here and get a free scout, be a very big pain in the neck of the Protoss player in here. Look at that. Ling goes on in for Armani, so it's going to be able to get on in. His friend just a little bit slower than him, coming in behind as well. So that Stargate is going to be spotted. The Phoenix first going to be spotted. This Adept is trying to shade on in. We'll see if it can get anything. Armani doing a good job, though, saving those drones. None of them have gone down from the scheme of things. Actually, Nice targeting those drones that were clicked right into the extractor there. So actually targeting pretty much the worst possible drone. A bit of a rough start for the time when he is a Protoss player. He does manage to clean up those 2 Lings that were in his base. But still, losing your first Adept for nothing, definitely not something that you want to happen as the Protoss player. Queen is just being produced for Armani here. The Oracle is on the way. This is the, some Protoss like to switch it up. It really does depend on the Protoss, whether you will go for that Phoenix before the Oracle. Regardless, Armani knows that this is coming, so we should be seeing Spores go up momentarily here, assuming he's going to have all that covered. He's making a lot of Queens, though, so he might say try and just cover one of his bases with Queens. But if you know an Oracle's coming, make no mistake, you're starting Spores as a Zerg player. There goes 2 Spores. Let me guess, one in the main, one in the third. There he goes. Probably Queens at the natural, if I had to take a guess. Here comes in that Oracle. They're going to fly on in 4 nice. And there he goes. Look at that fancy Oracle skin. We'll see if it's able to get anything done. He's queuing it on in here. We'll see. What can this Oracle achieve? That Spore Crawler is in a pretty good spot. It's actually going to be a Stasis Ward queued on up, but perfect reaction from Armani. Pulls the drones out of position there. Nothing to worry about there for the Zerg player. Just expertly done. Of course, these Oracles can keep flying in, though, as the game progresses. Keep throwing up those Stasis Wards and whatnot. And now there's 2 Oracles out. So, I mean, 2 Oracles, and actually soon to be 3 Oracles, can pack a punch. Nice. Looks like he's going to be throwing up his 3rd base here. Just got his couple of Adepts tucked on in there. Very standard procedure. Get the Oracles out. Looks like he tried to come on in there with the Oracles and find something, but hasn't found much yet so far. So Armani playing a pretty darn perfect game so far. We'll see what he's going to go into once he gets this lair. He's made a Roach Warren and is starting up 4 Roaches. Probably just safety Roaches, though, if I had to take a guess. We'll see if he does maybe go for a big swell, or whether he'll just, say, throw up something like a Hydralisk Den now that he has his lair complete. More Roaches on the way. Queuing up a few more. Actually, here comes in 3 Oracles, actually, though, 4 nice. Actually, just coming right on in here. That's a bit of a unique move, but manages to clean out 7 drones. Costs himself the Phoenix. All the Oracles stay alive, though, but that was a bit of a unique move there, coming in with the 3 Oracles to target down drones. Usually it's just 2 for a Protoss. Nice. Going for his own thing here, though. We'll see where these Oracles are going to get to next. Looks like they're settling for the natural base, perhaps, or they'll just fly right on by. There we go. Nice. Sets his sights on that 3rd base, and 3 Oracles can zap away drones pretty darn quickly. There goes another 2 falling victims to the Oracles here. The Oracles are flying around, though. And something that's very important as this game is going on, though, is the fact that a Spire has been thrown up by Armani. Going for a bit, dare I say, the more risky choice as the Zerg player. The Spire, it can really catch Protoss off guard and get yourself a fantastic win. But look at this, these Oracles coming on in, being a pain once more. Nice, though, he hasn't been droning up behind, or probing up behind this, really. He's got a couple of Adepts in here. Okay, I really like this move from Nice. Actually picking off a lot of Armani's drones. I was going to comment on how Armani is doing a great job keeping that worker count up, as Nice has managed to pick off 18 so far with these Oracles, and with those 2 Adepts now joining on in. Looks like these 2 Adepts going to find a drone that was trying to get up a base. Oh, don't manage to stop it. That was a very close potential pick off there. As this is going on, though, I mean, I'm not sure that the Spire has been scouted. It has been scouted, but has it been seen? It looks like that Nice simply might not care. He's got a Warp Prism, and he's going to be moving across the map. He's got Sentries and Immortals. Armani is queuing up 8 Mutalisks here. However, this attack is going to be coming on in, and it's going to be hitting hard and fast, and 8 Mutas are not what you want versus this. Because of the Sentries and Stalkers, they'll be able to just beat these Mutas back. And with minimal focus on the ground, Armani could just be done here right now. Force fields are going to be called for there. And look at that, drones already get picked off, Mutas pop out. However, it is not enough. Lings and Roaches are already across the map, getting some counter damage done. We could be seeing this game going to a potential base race. Nice recalls some Stalkers there to try and save him, as his main base is being cracked here. However, as far as the base trade goes, he definitely has himself a lead here. Armani is going full on for the base trade, though. He is sending his Mutas across the map. He's squeezing out as many as he can. He's going to be getting up to about 11, assuming that more don't get picked off. Looks like 1 or 2 more will get picked off as they rally out. So we are into a full-on base trade right now. However, is there any drones out for the Zerg player? Right now, it looks like there isn't, as a matter of fact, drones for the Zerg player. He's got 41. Not sure where they all ran off to, though. But no, this base trade is in full swing here. The Immortals, Stalkers, and Sentries of Nice starting to pick off a lot of drones. So many have gone down. Nice's own 3rd base is under fire, though. 1 Phoenix has been squeezed out by the Protoss. However, all of his bases are pretty much forgotten at this point. Most of his Nexus, or at least one of his Nexus, have gone down. All of his bases have been abandoned here. The question is, though, have any drones got out as this game has gone on? There's currently 19 drones out for Armani, and I'm not sure if they're all in this main base right now. He's trying to squeeze out as many leads as he can. Keep in mind, guys, in StarCraft 2, if you lose all your buildings, you are eliminated. That's why this is such a tense situation. There we go. A hatchery has gone up for Armani. So in the base trade, he is fine. He's got these mutants trying to chase this one Phoenix right now, and he's still just working away on the buildings of Nice. Does it get returned, though? No, Nice actually taps on out as he realizes that Armani had units out on the map for a base trade, whereas Nice did not. He didn't have any probes out, I guess, or something like that. But GG gets called there, and we see the Code S Zerg able to take down Nice in the very first game. The next map's going to be Newkirk Precinct, or New Repugnancy, pardon me. And we'll get on into that as soon as we can. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on into this broadcast. Glad to be getting on into the games as things are progressing here. Make sure to check out that Match Arena. We've still got codes to use, and then we're going to have Match Arena for the main event as well, so you might as well get comfortable with that. We'll get everyone on into the next game, though. Nice versus Armani. All the games are a best of 3. So we could be seeing Armani take the 2-0, or whether Nice will be able to bring it back. There is a loser's bracket, but when there's players that are this good, it becomes a little bit concerning. Okay. 1 second here. Okay, looks like everyone is ready, and we'll get on into the next game. Armani and Nice going at it. Bracket update, we actually had Ender 2-0 LaughNgamez. For those of you that don't know, Ender is, I want to say that he is from Philippines. I was gonna guess New Guinea, but don't know my geography that well. But Ender, probably the best player from the Philippines. But 2-0 in LaughNgamez is no small feat, even for him. And here we are into the next game, spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map. We're just flying in these qualifiers. It is Armani. And up in the top right-hand side of the map, he is a very nice Protoss player. Probe already moving out for Nice, just going for a scout right after that pylon. We'll see if he's able to do that Protoss thing in which you block the Zerg natural, and that could be a very big pain. It looks like Nice is going to get that probe there in time, so Armani's got to deal with this. This is not something you love as the Zerg player, having to deal with a Protoss who's blocking your natural. Look at that. Another drone comes on down. Nice says, right, you took me down in the first game. I'm going to try and throw you off a little bit. Delays that hatchery just a little bit, I believe. Armani not getting super tilted or anything, though. Just keeping his cool. Nice moves out with that probe. Didn't go for a pylon block or anything like that. Okay, hatchery on the way here. Overlord crosses the map. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Now, Nice, you keep in mind, it could all be said, the fact that that first adapt got nothing done is what allowed, is what set Armani up nice in that game. But I guess, I feel like that's a tough situation to call. Any situation that goes into a base trade is a very, very tough one to be like, oh, player should have done X or Y, because there's a lot of possibilities. However, Nice definitely had the stronger standing army there. And I'm not sure if there is something else that he should have done. Maybe just bring probes or whatever and committed fully on to the base trade. He had a lot of sentries, so he could have sent out Hallucinated Phoenix to keep tabs on his opponent's army. I didn't get a chance to see the bank to know whether or not he had, say, a ton of minerals to throw a potential Nexus or something. You generally have enough in a base trade, though, to throw up at least a few buildings, so it's tough to say, and he would have got most of the drones, so yeah, I don't know if Nice really was out of that. I don't know if his single probe he had left was across the map or not. Regardless, though, he tapped out. We're into the next game. Stargate opening, though, once again. First adept crossing the map here, or shading out, staying back in case those lings are trying to sneak on by. Nice, making that adjustment, keeping that first adept back at home in case those lings try and get on in. Armani, he can just catch a glimpse of that. We'll see if he does send these lings in. Looks like he will be going for that. Those two lings going to run right on in. The adept actually out of position to catch him, so they are going to get into the main base of the Protoss player. Once again, he's going to have to shade after that. These lings, they get a nice scout, ruling out the Robo possibility, really, or ruling out the Twilight, something a little bit more unorthodox. The Stargate opening, very common for Protoss. Even though that Armani, though, did know what was coming his way, he did take a fair bit of damage from the Oracles. First Phoenix flies on out, looking for that Overlord, who is scurrying away as quick as Overlords can scurry away. He's huffing gas as quick as he can. Huffing and puffing. Phoenix does manage to find the Overlords out. Phoenix, they don't want to go into the grave. The first Phoenix doesn't ever want to not get anything done. You usually at least get an Overlord in PvZ. Look at this though, Armani thinking of maybe poking his opponent a little bit, just running up to this ball. We'll see that there's an adept in it though. It looks like he's actually going to try and break this, but he has to back off there as there's two adepts and oracles in the sky, so absolutely nothing for Nice to worry about there, really. Twilight Council on the way here. Glaives is being researched by Nice. This is a build that I am a big fan of, a 2-base Glaives attack, potentially. We'll see if he throws up the Robo relatively soon to go for a Warp Prism. Bit of an older build. Used to be more common in the meta, but definitely still can work if you're confident you can pull your opponent apart. There's that Robo on the way, so Nice going for a very common timing attack. We'll see if he can make it work, getting up a ton of gateways. Currently up to 4. 5. We'll see if he throws up a few more with this and just goes ham on the Adepts here. We'll see. So far he hasn't thrown any more up though. Just warping in 5 Adepts. Oh, look at that. That is very clever. Oh, I like that. Warping them down here so that they won't be seen if wings poke at the front. However, they might have just seen those Adepts regardless. Now we see 5 Gateway Resonating Glaive Adepts going to be crossing the map at some point, I imagine, for Nice. You don't want to be sitting back and expanding as a Protoss player when going for a big Resonating Glaive attack. It's just not something that you want to do. Nice, gonna find a fair few of those lings. Very nice pickoffs there. As this is going on, the Phoenix trying to find whatever he can. So far, 17 lings have gone down this game, and now we see Armani. He's got to be able to stop these Adepts that are shading on in, and part of the damage from Adepts is the fact that they can just shade around these drones. Are going to be in a lot of trouble. Lings are popping out to greet them. However, a few drones will get picked off already. Nice, going to be shading across the map. Going to be heading towards that natural. We'll see if he does the split there. Maybe cancel his shade. No, he does commit. Roaches are in position to greet them. How many drones can get picked off, though, by this Protoss player? There should be a Warp Prism out on the map somewhere. There isn't, though. We actually saw Nice skip the Prism. A few Adepts are going to stay alive here. However, Roaches of Armani are going to shut down this attack. And while Armani took damage, I don't know if it was enough damage for Nice. They picked off 13 drones so far. 14 in total, picking those off. And then, there we go, 14 drones gone down. I don't think that was enough damage, though, for Nice. I mean, this is a 3-base Zerg. He's going to have Larvae. He's going to be able to repopulate relatively quickly. Nice did start transitioning rather quickly, building up this Immortal count to deal with Roaches. And he's throwing up more gateways. So that makes me think he is just going to continue this 2-base on, as Nice has yet to throw up a 3rd base. Getting up more pylons, so lots of warpins are being called for here as Stasis Ward catches the Queen. Armani has been thrown off a little bit here, and Nice is planning a big attack, what it would seem. This army moving across the map for Nice. Does he have a Prism with it yet? He's going to have that popping out just soon. Gonna be using these Sentries, Adepts, and Immortals. The Adepts, they're a pretty decent buffer unit. As far as damage goes, that's gonna be all on the Immortals, so we'll see if Nice can make anything happen. 3 Immortals and a ton of Sentries to engage this army. Nice, though, he does need to get something done, though, in this game, working in a couple of Adepts back at home in order to hold on, but he knows that he's committed. He is 2-basing versus this Zerg. This is Legacy of the Void. You are not comfortable on 2 bases for long, so he needs to make something happen. Armani knows that it's all on this hold right now. Corrosive Vials could be getting thrown down as he's mainly been producing that Roach Raptor. A few links are still in force to try and buffer for this, but the Guardian Shield is doing a lot of work, keeping these units alive for the Protoss player. The Immortal putting out a lot of damage in the back. Oracle even coming on in to soften up whatever it can. Immortal standing in the back still. More Adepts being worked on, and a few Corrosive Vials go down. Not the best connections, though, for Armani, and his army is starting to wear thin. Adepts are going to shade forward right to some reinforcing Roaches, though, so this base might just get picked off. Nice, may just settle for that. More Corrosive Vial going down. However, I don't think Armani is going to be able to save this hatchery. More Adepts are being worked on, and more Sentries here. Armani is doing whatever he can. However, army supply, he's actually down, and when you were making Roaches and Ravagers, drones are being pulled versus this. It's just not looking like there's enough for the Zerg player right now. Nice is looking to tie the series up. GG gets called, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 series. Okay, so we'll get on into the next game as soon as we can here. Next map is going to be Cairo Junction. So Nice, his first attack, I don't necessarily know. I think that got like the okay amount of damage done. It wasn't a ton, but it wasn't none at the same time, like 13, 14 drones. But then apparently it was enough based on the fact that he was able to kill the Zerg after that. Just move across the map with his follow-up. And I'm not sure there would have been a lot Armani could have done for that. Maybe gets better Corrosive Vials or something to try and get a better fight. Just the location that Nice fought him in was a very good one for the Protoss. And this is just the first series, guys. The nice thing about these open brackets is you're never really sure what matches you're going to end up with. We're just waiting to make sure everyone's ready. Looks like QZDB has advanced on to play versus TY. He is a GM Zerg player, 5.5k MMR, but TY is a different beast. That being said, we've already had our upset of the tournament. Ender knocking down LaughNgamez. We have VK Simon playing LaughNgamez in the lower bracket now. LaughNgamez going to have to fight his way out of there. Looks like everyone is now ready to get on into the next game. Make sure to let your friends know that this open qualifier is happening, guys. This is our first of the sort, so if we get a good turnout to it, that shows well, that's for sure. Okay, here we are. It's a best of 3, currently tied 1-1. Spawning down in the bottom right-hand side of the map. Playing for Black Knight, it's Armani. And up in the top left-hand side of the map, playing for Afreeca TV Taiwan, it is Nice. Nice going for a probe across the map already. This makes me a little bit suspicious what he's going to be doing with this. Probably just going to be blocking the Zerg natural, because what else can you do? Even if you're cannoning, I don't know if you want to probe out this early. But here he goes. There we go. That probe's going on in. Maybe figuring that he didn't block the hatchery long enough in the last game. Wants to do it a bit more in this game. We'll see. Does Armani send down another drone? Yes, he does. I'd like to see Nice drop the pylon. Just do it, man. There we go. He drops the pylon. Gonna try and throw that Zerg player off. Third base gets forced, and with that, the pylon gets canceled. So just throwing the Zerg player off a little bit. Very well done. And the build for the Protoss player won't be affected too much by that. Spawning pool on the way. Cybercore on the way here. Probe still being a pain, looking to block that third base. Does he do it? Yes, he does. He throws down another pylon. Nice saying, let's do it. Trying to delay that Zerg's third base as long as he can. Armani was banking up the minerals too, so gonna have to start those 2 queens. Really the only thing you can do. Look at that. The drone's moving down again. Armani wants his third so bad, but Nice says no. Okay, that drone's just heading towards the third. Or the natural. You guys know what I mean. Space is being saturated here. Pylon goes down again. Man, Nice is a dirty Protoss. The Lings are out now to start working away on this. This keeps them back at home a little bit longer, though. Pylon just gets cancelled right out the gate there. Nice. Not messing around with that. And then we have a Stargate and Adept on the way next. Adept going to be moving across the map there. Oh, wait a second. What was going on there? Was there another Adept? There was the other Adept, pardon me. There goes in that Adept. Oh, she's thinking about shading, but she doesn't commit. We'll see if these 2 Adepts go on in towards the third base. This is one of the good things about forcing the Zerg to expand to the other location, is that your Adepts actually get in there a little bit easier. The third base, a lot easier to harass when the Zerg is split up. These 2 Adepts actually just going to be hanging out here. Going to start picking off some drones. Haven't got any just yet, though. Picks off one of them for 1 Adept. Traded out with 4 Lings. Forcing mining time off for the Zerg player, but looks like this Adept is committed, so it will go down. So what we're looking at is 2 Adepts for 5 Lings and 1 drone. I don't know if that was worth it for Nice. He delayed a little bit of mining time. Was it enough, though, to be considered a comfortable opening for the Protoss player? Gateway's getting thrown on up for Nice. Oracle and Queen coming on in. Phoenix lifts up that Queen there. Oracle's going to have to back on out of there. Takes a bit of damage from the Spore Crawler and the Queen. Picks off 3 drones. Nicely done. There's a reason why Protoss do that little bit of micro trick. 2 Adepts going to be shading on out for Nice. I am a big fan of this. In my 2 Adepts, they can get so much damage done at any point in the game. That's how much it takes to one-shot drones for a Protoss player. So consider me a big fan of this move. By Nice, going to be trying to get on in here. A bit of an odd time. However, there's actually nothing to defend this location here. The drones are completely forced off. Armani does react, but as far as fighting this off goes, doesn't have a lot. Meanwhile, Oracle's coming on into the main base, going to pick off another 3 drones, just trying to pull his opponent apart here, keeping that injured Oracle alive. Got to be careful, you can't hang out to the side too close. Phoenix goes down due to a little bit of carelessness there. Over 4 drones are picked off, bringing that total up to 8. Nice, getting that Twilight Council up. We'll see if he starts Charge or Blink or Resonating Glaze. Charge is the choice, and from all these gateways, looks like he's got no good intent here. If I had to guess, he's going to say start up an Immortal or 2 just because of the fact that he's got so long before Charge goes up. Warping in 3 sentries, though. Got to deal with these links somehow. Tosses down a Force Field. Oracle's flying around still. 3rd getting on up. Okay, there we are. Templar Archives on the way here for Nice. 3rd base on the way up. Here comes in these Oracles. They're going to try and pick off a few drones. They're actually engaging the Queen here. A little bit dangerous there for the Oracles, as they're both pretty bruised. I think they could have taken it, but good pullback on the Queen by Armani, who's now powering up on these Roaches just to be safe. He doesn't know what's coming his way, and what's coming his way is most likely going to be an Immortal Charge Lot Archon attack from the Protoss player. This Overseer, he's seeing the Immortals. He's seeing a Chrono going into the Robo. Feedback even goes down on the Overseer to pick him off a little bit sooner. The Overseer actually survives, though. A couple of drones being picked off at this location. Armani, I think he knows that this big attack is coming. Oracle's flying on in, still gonna fly right on over. Gotta be careful not to get picked off. Tosses a Revelation on the Queens. Does he know how many Roaches are here, though? This amount of Roaches is gonna make the attack very, very tough for Dice to pull off. Immortals, Zealots, and Archons are definitely better than Roaches in a fight. However, when there's this many Roaches, they deal so much damage so quickly. They can actually chew through the Zealots rather fast. It's much better than a smaller number of fights for the Zerg player. Here we see the Archon, so the Immortals. We'll see if they can make it happen. There's some force fields in here, which are going to be very, very important for the Protoss player. He's tossing down one or two so far, not helping out a ton. Oracle's coming in to try and deal as much damage as they can, but the Queen's work away on them. The Zealot buffer is disappearing for the Protoss. He needs to get another warp in immediately. The Immortals and the Archons are doing the best that they can. The Zerg player's army is thinning out, but look at the army supply right now. It is double for the Zerg. He's just got so many Roaches. He's really done what he needs to. Then he taps out. Nice. Going for the attack while being counterattacked on this side of the map. Goes down.